Also learning more about the deadly strike from over the weekend and Governor Andy Beshear's confirmation that some of the 6 U.S. soldiers killed were based out of Kentucky. Wave News reporter Julia Richardson shares some initial reaction from both public leaders and military experts. Julia.
Jose, the 6 soldiers were in Kuwait and were killed by a direct strike by Iran on a military base. And tonight we are learning a little bit more about their mission.
We've learned that Captain Cody A. Cork, Sergeant First Class Noah L. Teachins, Sergeant First Class Nicole M. Amore, and Sergeant Declan J. Cody were 4 of the 6 U.S. service members killed in an Iranian strike. The Department of War hasn't released the names of the other 2 soldiers killed when the U.S. started military operations in Iran Saturday.
It's unfortunate that this hit very close to home.
Radcliff Mayor JJ Duvall says being so close to Fort Knox, his community has seen it all.
You think back just recently with the Afghan wars and the trainings and the missions that go on at Fort Knox.
But that doesn't mean it gets any easier.
The community has always been there to support and will continue to support, and just saddened by the news of hearing that, and anywhere it happens across the world, something like this happens to any one of our soldiers, but especially here in our community.
And as retired Air Force Colonel Barry Gorder tells me, the 6 killed were doing what troops always do at military bases abroad, even if there isn't conflict going on.
Kind of their role over there is to make sure that the other servicemen are equipped with the supplies they need to go ahead and go into combat.
Now, Duvall says the town will stay in communication with Fort Knox to see how they can support their mission and the families impacted. Gorder says military deaths in times of war are tough, but all decisions are made with Homeland Security in mind.
Everybody's going to have a different opinion on it. Our administration thought that the threat of nuclear war and the delivery of those nuclear weapons from Iran had reached a point where we needed to go make a change. Very tough decision, and then and then when we lose service members, it's just tragic.
A military spokesperson says that 18 troops have been seriously wounded throughout the U.S. military's operation. Julia Richardson, Wave News.